Hello, my name is Sahu, and I'm doing my original oratory speech called Two Sizes Too Small. 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger, tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't miss that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. Wait, I'm booked. Of course, if I move the loathing tonight, I'll be done just in time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness. Bet you guys have figured out already, right? The iconic quote, straight from the Grinch, the holiday season's favorite villain. As we cozy up in our warm blankets with a cup of hot cocoa and begin our festive movie marathon, most of us have stumbled upon his mischievous green face as he lights up our screen with his holiday antics. Though we chuckle at his thwarted attempts to steal Christmas presents and decorations, we fail to recognize the uncanny parallels to our own lives, where the pursuit of individual desires often overshadow the spirit of communal connections. Much like the Grinch's heart, two sizes too small, we find ourselves at the risk of diminishing empathy in the face of a bustling and often indifferent world. Nowadays, there seems to be a lack of focus on understanding others' perspectives, and instead, we focus on ourselves rather than utilize empathy and compassion towards others. Now, let's peel back the layers of the Grinch movie and delve into a societal narrative that resonates beyond Whoville, a tale of the empathy deficit in our fast-paced society. First, I will go over the empathy deficit and the problems arising from this lack of empathy. Then, I'll explain how cultivating empathy can be the key to unlocking a world of benefits, not only for others, but also for ourselves. Empathy, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the ability to imagine and understand the thoughts, perspectives, and emotions of another person. In other words, it's the ability to imagine why someone might be feeling a certain way and to have concern for their welfare. Once empathy is activated, compassion is the most logical response. So, why is empathy on the decline? There's a multitude of reasons at play, but one crucial aspect is the culture of individualism that has become increasingly prevalent in society today. Dr. Jean Twenge, a psychologist and author of the book The Narcissism Epidemic, writes how a society that prioritizes themselves above all else can inadvertently undermine our collective capacity for understanding and compassion. The Grinch's pitiful and solitary existence on Mount Crumpet serves as a metaphorical cautionary tale, urging us to question how the isolating peaks of our own self-centeredness can affect our own empathetic skills. In a culture that often celebrates individual achievements, there's a subtle but profound shift away from recognizing and appreciating the experiences of others. This individualistic mindset, when unchecked, can lead to a dangerous cycle. When individuals prioritize their perspectives over understanding those of others, it creates divides that often go unnoticed. As time goes on, these divides grow and sexual differences become obvious. The erosion of empathy due to individualism not only affects our personal collections, but also contributes to broader societal divides, where people exist in parallel but fail to see the perspectives of those around them. A study conducted by Sarah Conant, a social psychologist at Indiana University, discovered that college students today exhibit 40% less empathy than their counterparts from the 1980s and 1990s. This decline is not isolated to the younger generation. It reflects a broader societal shift away from understanding and sharing the feelings of others to giving a more self-centered mindset. It's often normalized in society. At a young age, I've always learned that anyone I didn't like, I should avoid interacting with. But I've since learned that life is a lot more complicated than that. Being part of a community means willing to meet people where they are, not where I want them to be. It means speaking my truth, but also listening when other people speak theirs. It means arguing, but also compromising. Some communities are not worth being in, some are, but no community will ever be filled with people I like or fully agree with. Due to the prevalence of social media, we're so used to a For You page where everything's created to what I want to see and hear. But more often than not, people aren't always like that. They will say things I don't want to hear. Talking to them might be awkward and even uncomfortable at times, but there's so much value in that. You learn from people that way. This ability to empathize acts like a bridge connecting disparate viewpoints and fostering a sense of shared understanding. If you had a delicious, sizzling slice of pizza for dinner and a fly briefly landed on it, would you throw out the entire slice of pizza or just cut off that one part? Most of us would review the tainted part and savor the rest. Some of us would eat the whole thing anyway. Hardly anyone in my polling of friends, families, teachers, peers would trash an entire meal because of a tiny microscopic contamination. One of my responses even included eating the entire slice of pizza, fly included. Their excuse, extra protein. People are often like slices of pizza. Do you reject a whole person because one of their beliefs doesn't pass your set of beliefs? If you truly believe that, you'd have to block and cancel every person you know. Perhaps it's possible to put aside that one conflict and judge the person on what you respect and appreciate about them instead. If you can do that, you might find out they have tons in common and actually like them. You might even enjoy grabbing pizza together. As I champion for empathy, I'm not just advocating for a warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm endorsing a transformative power that can shape the trajectory of our societies. The groundbreaking research by Dr. Tanya Brush, a developmental psychologist, emphasized the role of a caregiver in nurturing and shaping a child's empathetic abilities. Babies, it seems, are born with a basic sense of empathy, with a consistent and loving interactions with caregivers that helps this innate ability flourish. Babies demonstrate very fundamentals of empathy. The empathetic capacities that we develop have the potential to create ripples of kindness that extend far beyond ourselves. This ripple effect of empathy is backed with research. A social psychologist named Dr. Daniel Goleman says that empathy does not stop at the individual level. It has a transformative impact on the broader community. Acts of kindness and empathy create ripples that extend beyond their immediate recipient, influencing observers and even those not directly involved. As we champion for a more compassionate society, let us consider the profound impact of our actions on those around us. Just like a pebble can create ripples that extend to the farthest shores of our pond, our empathetic acts can influence not only individuals directly involved, but also bystanders and even those yet to come. By recognizing this innate potential for empathy within us and nurturing it through our actions, we have the power to create ripples of kindness that transcend generations, fostering a world where compassion is not only taught, but woven into the very fabric of our communities. The Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes larger, and so can ours. Through empathy and understanding, we can change lives. We can become the Cindy Lou, a catalyst for empathy and compassion that initiates the change in the Grinches of our world. Start where you live, literally, in your own house and or workplace. Help your family, roommates, best friends. It can be just as powerful as serving a remote village in a poor country. Volunteer to do the dishes, take out the garbage. Paying a compliment actually costs you nothing, no paying involved. All you have to do is kickstart empathetic and kind behaviors to express appreciation and help the people you love most. Practice the science of influence on yourself. Legitimize small donations in your own mind, and your giving is most likely to increase. A small amount can be a big deal, especially if sustained over time. Once you start giving the huge benefits for yourself and others, you won't want to stop. Another angle of doing it where you live is using your natural skill set to serve others. Do what you do best. By serving in a way that feels natural and right for you, you can achieve the flow and engagement while serving. This is twice the bang for your donated buck. By slowing down, actively listening, and seeking to understand those with different perspectives, we can rediscover the true spirit of togetherness and build a more empathetic world. One where heart not only grows 3 sizes, but one the warmth and compassion transcends the busyness of our daily lives. While it's a common saying that we don't owe anyone anything, I think we do. We all owe everyone a basic sense of kindness, and I think it's incredibly dangerous not to practice that. And please, don't throw out a whole perfectly good slice of pizza because a fly landed on it. That's just wasteful. Thank you.